Welcome to a special edition of the Beauty Couch. I'm Desiree Stordahl, the Senior Research and Education Manager here at Paula's Choice. And next to me is Shelby.
Hi.
Client Services Extraordinaire, one of our best. And today we're very excited because we're celebrating the launch of our new Resist Advanced 4% BHA. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And not only that, but we are a Best of Beauty Allure Award winner.
Whoop, whoop.
With
so exciting.
our Resist Smoothing Primer SPF 30. So if you guys haven't already tried this, you need to. Before the Allure Award, I think we just won a Red Book Award. It's getting a lot of press. Super cool texture. We can talk about it later in the show, but very excited. Two awesome things to celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm wearing the primer right now.
I am too. we do what we preach, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but before we get into the fun products, I like to do a little segment with each of my special guests of some rapid fire questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
So, okay, take a drink.
Okay.
Take a drink. Actually, this first one's really timid, easy, mild.
Okay.
What brought you to working at PC?
Oh, I started as a makeup artist. So I started learning about skincare through that. And I realized that while I love makeup, obviously, it really is temporary. And so the idea of working in skincare and kind of learning that sort of something that can bring confidence all the time, even when you take your makeup off, is just so exciting for me. And so a good friend of mine had been working here for a while, and she contacted me because she thought I'd be a really good fit, and she was definitely right.
And how did you even get into makeup when you got into makeup?
Okay, that's actually sort of interesting. In college, I was a theater major, shocking, and they make you take classes in kind of all of the different aspects of it. So I took a costuming class and a lighting class and scenic design, and they had me take a makeup class, which I thought I'd like ace right off the bat because I love makeup.
Yeah.
But there was so many different kind of theories and aspects of it, and I just kind of fell in love.
Yeah.
It makes people feel good. So yeah.
What about other hidden talents?
Oh. I'm a singer. Yeah, I'm actually a nationally ranked karaoke singer.
Hey-o.
That is a thing. It's a real thing, I promise.
And a little bird might have told me that you might have something coming up.
I do. In exactly 1 week, in exactly 7 days, I will be flying to Las Vegas to compete in this year's National Karaoke Championships.
That is awesome. If any of you guys are going to be there, come up and say hi to Shelby.
Come to Vegas. I'll be there. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Oh, we have a question.
Okay. A question for me. What song are you singing?
Oh my gosh, it's actually 4 rounds. So I'll be singing 4 songs. Take Me to Church, Free Fallin', Benny and the Jets, and Creep. So
Benny and the Jets is one of my all-time faves.
Yeah.
So are those your go-to karaoke songs, or like if those aren't, what would be your go-to when you just go casually?
Casually, Wrecking Ball is always my go-to.
Okay.
Hands down, there is nothing better than an entire crowd singing Wrecking Ball at the same time. Try it sometime. It's great. But no, actually, those songs, in order to get to nationals, I competed in an 8-week singing competition. And so those were kind of my the best of the best. From that. So, yeah.
And then I've also heard that you just launched a site for your music. Tell the people what it is.
I did. So for my actual solo music, we just launched my first music website. So it's shelbyemusic.com. And it's really exciting. There's these videos and my recorded music on there. So starting to kind of, take off in that direction as well. So.
And it's Shelby with a Y, right?
Yeah. So SHELBYE music, how you spell it.com. Ting.
Okay, now let's get into some of your favorite products. I know we chatted before the show a little bit. You have some that we don't always get to highlight.
So
let's get into those.
Yeah, it's always interesting to me because my favorites don't ever get talked about. But I'm going to start with my absolute favorite that no one talks about, and it's the All Over Hair and Body Shampoo. I have very sensitive skin in general, but my scalp in particular is super sensitive, and no matter what I tried, whether it was from my hairstylist or just from really good reviews, no matter what, it would always leave my skin feeling really itchy, and I'd get dandruff everywhere, and it was always just the most difficult thing. So when I started working for Paula's Choice, I saw this, I was like, oh, it's kind of odd that you can use it for your hair and your body. Like, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
But it's been incredible for me. And also, when I'm traveling, the fact that I can just use one for both is pretty incredible. But yeah, I just love it. It doesn't ever give me any sort of like itchiness or scratchiness. It's fragrance free, which is
so rare.
Oh,
I don't
so
think,
nice.
I can't name another shampoo out there. I mean, I'm sure there is one,
Yeah.
but it's really, really hard to find.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love fragrance just as much as the next person, but sometimes you get a shampoo and you smell and you're like, oh, okay, I'm smelling like the Bahama breeze of the world.
Yeah.
So it's nice to kind of have a little more control over what I smell like.
And I have a daughter, and this is really, really nice to use on kids as well, because a lot of times the formulas that they say are tear-free, hypoallergenic, they'll even say fragrance-free, and then I'll look on the ingredient list and there will be fragrance in there.
Absolutely.
Know how irritating that is, especially on little one's skin, so it's
Yeah.
really great as a shampoo for them and a baby, a little bath wash for them.
Absolutely. And how easy is it to just get
So easy.
one bottle, do both?
Everyone in the family can use it.
Yeah. So that is my absolute favorite product. And my other favorite product that doesn't really get talked about all that much is the Clinical Ultra Rich Moisturizer. I don't know why this doesn't get more love, because I have probably the driest skin on the planet. And no matter what moisturizers, even if they were the most emollient moisturizer I'd ever felt, still just didn't do the trick. And I was so skeptical that I'd ever find something that I wouldn't have to reapply throughout the day. And this guy just takes care of it. I do that in the morning and night. I stay hydrated all the time. Even though it doesn't have fragrance, because none of our products do, it does have a really nice smell. I don't know if that's from the shea butter or if it's from the coconut oil. I don't know. But it's just, I love it. Absolutely love it.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then my third favorite is one that does get talked about, but I think it just needs a little extra. It's that good. One of the number one questions that I get when clients call in is whether or not they need a toner. And the answer is that you don't need a toner, but I always tell people it's really nice to have, especially if you have dry skin. Because it just gives you that little extra bit of hydration. It gives you that little bit of extra replenishment after you cleanse. It kind of preps your skin for that next step of exfoliation, which we all know how much we love our exfoliation here. So,
and for people like you and I who love makeup and might wear some more of that long-wearing makeup, it also helps remove those little last traces of makeup that your cleanser may not have gotten.
Absolutely.
And once I started using toners, it's like the type of product where if I travel without it, I really, really regret it afterwards, because my skin just doesn't feel the same. It's so refreshing to put that on.
Well, and I didn't use a toner before working here, really. And so when I started using it, and then I thought, well, maybe I don't need it, right? Because that's what people think. So I stopped using it, and I noticed it almost instantly. I knew that my skin needed it. So definitely you don't necessarily need a toner, but I highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah. That one's got a really nice milky texture.
Ooh, yeah, so soothing, especially sensitive
Very
skin.
soothing.
Yes.
Very good as we're moving into the fall and winter too. For somebody like me even, whereas I normally wouldn't use that toner when it gets into these colder, drier months.
Absolutely.
I can switch into that and it just does a really nice thing for my skin.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the star of the show today, the 4% BHA.
Yes.
Well, first off, I want to show you guys the texture, because this is so different for us in terms of its serum-y texture. It's just really, really elegant feeling.
Yes.
Kind of has like this velvety glide, but then it's not greasy.
No.
You can see it just absorbs into
So
skin
quickly.
and it glides. I mean, I can't explain. It just like so silky, so nice. You don't have to use a cotton pad with it. You put it right on skin. And this really could be used by somebody every day if they wanted to. Or you can do it maybe once a week, a couple times a week, depending on what your skin concerns are. But this is just an all-around awesome, awesome product. We already have a 4% BHA foam. If you're wondering the difference, it really comes down to texture. Some people really like that foam texture, and some people are going to like this better. If you're already using the foam and loving it, you don't have to switch.
Yeah, no reason to, unless you are curious about the new texture. It absolutely is the same strength. It just has that time release system. So especially if you're more sensitive, absolutely this is a great, great way to use the 4%. I can personally say that I've tried it and I love it. And my skin reacts to things so easily. So,
and it's not this, Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of the show, make sure to write in with your questions. We're going to get to those as they come in, and especially at the end of the show. what you want to know about the 4% BHA and just general skincare. Maybe you want to know about more of Shelby's favorite products. But with this 4% BHA, another thing to know about it is that we also have antioxidants in the formula.
Yes.
So if you're using this in the morning, think about it giving your skin just that extra boost of anti-pollution defense. And anti-pollution sounds like it's such like a buzzword made up skincare thing, but it's real. It's really real. And your skin can't get enough antioxidants. So if you're already using our antioxidant concentrate serums, this is just going to give your skin a little bit more. It's just going to give your skin that extra push. And I just can't get over how it feels.
Yeah, you never can have enough antioxidants.
You
just
never
layer them on there.
And this is also really good if you have those blackheads, congested pores. Really helps with dissolving the substances in there and then just refining the skin's surface and overall skin texture and tone. There's not a whole lot that BHA doesn't do.
No, there's a reason that we love it so much.
We do love it so much. I've been using this. I obviously got the product a little bit earlier than you guys did. But I've been using it. I mean, I use it almost every day.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who I have that extremely oily skin. I don't have sensitive skin. But even with the sensitive skin, it's got soothing agents in there to really help mellow out the formula. So
yeah, I definitely started just using it once a week. And then I kind of realized like, I'm not feeling any sort of sensitivity, so I started bumping it up to every other day, and now I use it every day and have no problems.
What kind of questions are you getting in customer service about this?
I mean, definitely I would say just the questions about the texture and what advanced means. I think that's kind of the biggest thing is they see that it's kind of the same color as our 2%, the pore refining. So what does advanced mean? And it really is that extra 2% that you get in there. And I think it has a really luxurious sort of feel about it. It's hard to explain. You do have to try it because it just has this very amazing way of kind of gliding on.
Yeah.
Which I love. Yeah, I think those are probably the biggest.
And something you guys don't ever have to worry about is returning a product. I mean, we have such a generous guarantee money back policy that if you don't like something, if it doesn't work out for your skin, we're going to give you a refund or we'll help you find the right product and exchange it out for you. So don't be afraid to try something like this. You really can. And people like Shelby will be on the other line of the phone, helping you walk through it, helping you also just set up an entire routine if you need that. People often don't realize that we do these free consultations where Shelby and the rest of our client services team can really walk you through step A to step Z, however many steps you want to take, and really ask you questions about your skin type, your skin concerns. So just really making sure you're taken care of. I'm curious, outside of the 4% BHA, what are some of the top questions that you get that maybe we could address for fans right now?
Yeah, I think definitely figuring out what products to use when is a huge one, and you can call us and you can literally read us off the list of items that you have, and we'll tell you which you can use daily, which you can use every other day, maybe what products would go really well with them. We also get a lot of questions about whether or not you can use BHA and AHA together, whether you can use them with retinol, whether or not you can, just kind of trying to understand what is okay to use. And I can tell you it's okay to use it with everything. Especially the fact that it takes away all that dead skin to allow the rest of your products to absorb in better. I definitely say to every client that is such an essential routine, essential step of your routine. So I would say that that's a pretty big one that we get.
Yes.
But yeah, I think just generally trying to understand which products and which lines are going to be best for your skin type, and also realizing that you can mix and match.
Yeah, that's something people forget.
That's a big thing for me because I am dry and I am sensitive, so I think people would naturally say, oh, well, obviously call normal to dry, which I do love. But it is nice that I can use products from the Resist line and I can use products from the Clinical line.
Yeah.
And you really can mix and match within our entire brand.
I think every Paula's Choice employee does that.
Yeah.
Everybody mixes and matches. We don't just stick to one. Yeah. Especially when it comes to also adding in the advanced treatments like the boosters and just kind of branching out and trying new different things.
Absolutely.
So don't be afraid to experiment. Play around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about our award winner a little bit more, especially you having makeup artistry in your background. What are some of your favorite things about this primer?
Everything. I love that it has the SPF in it. that's a huge thing. It's just one less step, because sometimes when you're doing your skincare in the morning and you know that you're going to put, a full face of makeup on, you kind of want to reduce the amount of steps that you're about to do. So it's nice that you kind of get to do 2 in 1. You get your primer and you get really great sun protection. I love the fact that it doesn't ball up.
Yeah.
Some primers out there, I think we've all had that moment where you've done all your skincare and you're putting on your primer, you're feeling good, and you start doing your foundation, all of a sudden you get these tiny little balls of primer, and it's so infuriating. And so it's nice. I haven't had any issues with that on myself or any of my clients that I do makeup for. It's worked for everybody. It's worked for so many
all
skin types.
skin tones, because it's clear, which is
clear.
awesome for a sunscreen to be clear like that.
Yeah.
And I just saw that we have a lot of questions, so let's get to a couple of those.
On Facebook, Amanda wants to know if the shampoo is good for color-treated hair.
Absolutely. So, little secret, this is color treated hair. Yes, a lot of color treatment. So yes, it's absolutely 100% safe for color treated hair.
And then another Amanda Lee, wants to know if the 4% BHA is safe for skin that is prone to redness.
BHA by nature is soothing, so you actually should be completely fine with it. But of course, we always say, if it's not, just call us back, return the product. But BHA by nature should actually be soothing.
Yeah.
And then Anti-Aging Amber on Instagram wants to know if skipping your daily SPF and only using the primer for SPF is sufficient for sun protection.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're applying it liberally. That's kind of the biggest thing with SPF. If you're planning on applying your primer liberally, then yeah, absolutely. But if you are only using a small amount,
because a little does go a long way with this product,
Absolutely.
so you might not be applying it liberally enough. So that's where I would say maybe layer it on. But if you were not using this with makeup, and if you were using that as your sole source, and you were really putting it on there good, then technically, yeah.
Lorenzo from Facebook is wondering if BHA is coming to Europe.
Stay tuned. I don't want to spill any news, but stay tuned.
And then you're having, there's like a love fest going on Instagram right now. Prince Christopher says the new BHA is so lovely and amazing, and boy does it work. He's been using it for 4 days, and already his pores look smaller.
Yay!
I love that.
Yes. Then Laura Z72 says she loves our new Resist Anti-Aging Eye Gel.
Thank you. We love it too.
Love that.
And then Maku, M-A-H-K-O-O on Instagram says she understands that BHA is usually for oilier skin, but her skin tends to be really sensitive and will sometimes get really dry. Is it still okay to use BHA, or would you recommend getting an AHA also?
I would definitely say that BHA is great for all skin types. Yes, it is true that it tends to go more towards people who have oily skin, but I can say personally I'm dry and I'm sensitive, so hey, me too. And I absolutely use it, but I do use an AHA as well. So you can use both in your routine.
Alternate them.
You can alternate. It really, everybody's skincare routine is so personal. So trying some new stuff out, we were talking about that return exchange policy. It's really important because you don't know until you try. And so, yeah, BHA can work for dry, sensitive skin, but you want to give it a go.
Coralina on Facebook is 33, is using a Resist normal to oily line, and is wondering if she should start using retinol in her system.
I think so. I'm also 33. I also use the Resist Normal to Oily, and retinol is just one of those superhero anti-aging ingredients that really does so much for skin. Helps with wrinkles, it helps with skin tone, it helps with firming things, making things look a little tighter. It's all over one of those really, really great ingredients, so I think adding it in would be really smart. I think for you, adding in the retinol booster would be your best bet. If you want to do a high concentration retinol, this is going to be a texture that's great for your normal to oily skin because it's almost like a liquid. It's just very fluid and lightweight.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's also wondering if she can use it on her hands.
Yes, absolutely. That is something that Paula preaches all the time.
Yeah.
Don't forget sun protection on your hands, and also carry your skincare routine down to your hands. Maybe you don't need to do everything you do on your face here, but something like retinol really will help keep your hands looking younger. And when you think about it, your hands are one of the first things that people see, especially as you're interacting, and they do tend to get neglected by people, and especially when it comes to sun protection. So think about that. Also your neck and chest. Everything you do up here, just bring it on down.
Yeah, you can use, a cotton round or a cotton ball, but I'm just kind of one of those people that I just like to use my hands. And then I just just go like this at the very end of each step. Because why not? Handshake, here's my hand. It's great. It's beautiful.
The hands of a baby. Do we have more Instagram questions?
We do. One from Jewel Keys wants to know if you can combine BHA and AHA, or if you should use it separately. And I know we just wrote an article about that.
Yeah, we always say alternate. I mean, technically, there's nothing that's like going to cancel one another out. There's nothing that would devastatingly bad happen if you use them together. But we just tell people to alternate them because it could be a bit much for skin to do it all at once. You could get a little bit of a kickback.
Yeah, and anytime you're trying a new kind of skincare, whether or not you're adding in retinol or whether or not you're going to try doing AHA and BHA, just starting out slow.
Yeah.
We don't need to, hit the gas all the way. Let's ease into it. So you can just start kind of with using, AHA every other morning or something of that nature and see how your skin responds. Skin is really great about telling you how it feels.
Yeah.
So if you start getting a lot of irritation, that's a really good sign that maybe not.
Yeah. Do we have more questions?
Janice from Facebook is wondering how to use the niacinamide booster.
Okay, well this is one, again, it's got that really lightweight liquidy texture. So we always tell people cleanse, tone, exfoliate. Those are your first 3 steps. And then from there you go from the lightest to heaviest textures. So you could put this on immediately after your exfoliant. You could also mix it in with your serum, your moisturizer. It really helps with pores, it helps with skin tone. Anti-wrinkles, so many different anti-aging benefits when it comes to this. Do you use this?
I do.
Do you have any special application techniques that you use?
I like to use it just on its own. I just like to layer it on its own. I think it's nice that we have the option though to put in a moisturizer. That versatility is my favorite thing about the boosters in general. Like with the retinol booster, if you start to feel any sort of if you're feeling kind of extra sensitive that day, mixing it with that moisturizer just to add that kind of extra soothing buffer is great.
Yeah.
So in general, the versatility of those boosters is so nice.
Yeah.
And then just a little praise, Stacy from Facebook says that she's been using PC for years and that she went to her dermatologist last week and the dermatologist told her that she has lovely skin.
Aww.
PC for the win.
Woohoo! Hashtag PC for the win. Okay, let's go to fan mail. So working in customer service, you come across letters from fans, clients all the time. So let's see which one you pulled out of your repertoire.
It's pretty much my favorite thing about working in client service. It's so nice because you work with so many clients every day. So it's so nice that we get these. So this one says, a note to say great job on the website changes and a big fat thank you for bringing back Hydrolite Moisturizer, the one that truly works for me. You've made me a happy girl. Love your products and service for over 20 years. A faithful, loyal customer for good reason. Your products, customer service, delivery, and review website are impeccable. Always have been. So refreshing in this day and age. I've never taken the time to express my feelings about what I've received, not simply product-wise, but confidence in my appearance and what I've learned about skin, skincare, the beauty industry, ingredients, etc. And thank you for serving your customers and actually listening to us and implementing our ideas. Love the website changes. Thank you. Great job and love you.
Aww.
Right?
That's the best.
Tell me that wouldn't make you feel so good getting that at work.
Thank you guys so much. Also, make sure, like we said, if you have questions, we're available via phone, live chat, email. Really reach out to our client services team. They are, bar none, we've got the best of the best out there, and really take advantage of that, guys. Okay, so until next week's show, which we're going to be talking about some skincare trends and maybe bunking some that aren't the best, but talking about some really great ones too. So until then, thanks so much for co-hosting.
Cheers!
Bye, guys.